Hi students, welcome to the middle of the quarter. I guess we're a little over halfway, so that's kind of nice to see the light at the end of the tunnel there. I did want to give you a heads up about your next case study. Most students in this course find the Module 8 case study to be the hardest one of all. So if you haven't had a chance to look yet, I would definitely suggest that you do so as soon as you can. It is a little bit longer. A few more questions, but you're actually looking at 4 different patients, and I think that can make things a little confusing. So take your time on this assignment, and if you have questions, as always, let me know. Alright, so you're looking at 4 central nervous system disorders. The first one is Harry. Harry is a very typical diagnosis, so don't think too hard on that one. Just take a look at his symptoms and see what matches up the best. Keith, same thing, pretty typical diagnosis here too. Make sure you're thinking about his age, and that goes to say for all of these patients. The age is really something that you should consider when looking at your diagnosis, because if you have someone who's in their 20s or 30s, it would be very unlikely for them to have a later onset disease like Parkinson's, so keep that in mind. Then we have Jim. Jim, again, very typical diagnosis. I say typical because I've had some students in the past really spend way too much time on this trying to dive into a very specific, very rare disease, and that's not the case. These are diseases you've heard of. They are fairly common. This is not something that affects 0.1% of the population. So think broadly. If you feel like you're getting in the weeds and you're getting too specific, you probably are, but if you get stuck, let me know. And then lastly, Mike is a little bit different. So Mike has an injury, and you're asked to figure out which of the doctor's opinions is the most correct. There is a most correct answer here. So for number 1, please pick one doctor that you think made the most correct prediction. That being said, you might be tempted to say, we don't have enough information to know. And that's kind of true. You don't have all of the information, but you do have enough to figure out who's on the right track. So I hope that gives you a quick head start to this case study if you haven't already started it. Things are looking well in the class. If you have any questions, I'm always here to help. So give me a shout if you need anything. Thanks.